Welcome everyone to HueFin News. Today is November 6, 2018, and this is another article that we're going to talk about. Aurora Cannabis. Is it the best stock to buy right now? Now, if you guys have been watching our videos previously, we've been telling you all that Aurora is not a buy, that we were still looking for this particular stock to continue to move to the downside. Well, today we're going to talk about it again to see, since it has been maybe a week or so since we last recorded about Aurora, is this now an opportunity to come in and look at this particular stock, since we've seen at least decrease in price by 40%. Now, before I get started, I want to make sure that you all go ahead and subscribe to this channel, because literally we are the only organization that is looking at articles like this and comparing it to the price chart to make sure that what we are actually seeing or reading is in fact what is going on in the price chart. Because without that, then definitely you are being misled and they are not trying to tell us the truth. So when we look at these price charts, keep that in mind, because we're not biased in any direction, whether it's to the upside, to the downside. For Aurora, we're just simply looking at this price chart to see if it is making sense by what we just read in the article. So keep that in mind. Okay, go ahead and like and share this video as well, because I have not seen anyone else do what we're doing on YouTube, comparing price charts with the articles that we read to make sure that we are in fact getting told the truth. That's very important for a lot of people who are interested in the financial markets. So let's go ahead and get into it. The title for today is called, "Is Aurora Cannabis the best pot stock to buy now?" It is written by Brett Kenwell. It was uploaded to this website on November 5th, 2018. And as always, I'll go ahead and highlight some of the points that he tries to write about Aurora. Okay. Now, you guys can tell here in the very beginning, he starts out that cannabis stocks have taken a very tough ride in the second half of October. And if you guys have already delved your foot into the cannabis market, you have all endured these stocks moving severely lower in price. Okay, there's no getting around it. The next sentence, he goes ahead and writes, surprisingly though, many cannabis names held up very well, and he has Aurora Cannabis in bold included. Okay, many cannabis stocks making major moves lower, which did occur in the month of October. It no doubt brought some investors back to the table, meaning, okay, maybe I need to look again at these stocks. We have seen severe drops to the downside. Maybe this might be a good opportunity to come in and buy some of these stocks at lower prices. They want to know, is it time to buy cannabis stocks? And specifically, is ACB stock a good one to buy? Now we're going to go ahead and point out some things that he mentions as valuing the stock for Aurora Cannabis. Now, the company growth is actually pretty solid. He mentions ACB stock racking up $55 million in sales for fiscal year 2018 that ended in June 30th. Prior year sales for Aurora Cannabis around $18 million in sales, so that's very positive. But the cost control for Aurora Cannabis is what is concerning. For instance, cost of goods sold increased nearly sixfold from $2 million to $11.7 million. Cost of goods sold literally is the direct cost it takes to create an end product. Okay, so for Aurora Cannabis and the creation of the product that they make, it went from $2 million all the way to $11.7 million. And SGA expenses, which is just simply sales and general and administrative fees or expenses, is swelled from $17 million to $72 million. That simply tells you that there's a lot of money leaving Aurora Cannabis as of this particular moment, or at least fiscal year 2018, and the total operating expenses increased from $27.7 million to $135.3 million. Now, because if you look at their balanced income statement, it shows you that other income, it kind of skews the numbers, the net income to the positive side, implying that the company earned almost $72 million. Yes, last year. On the surface, that looks great. That's like 46% net profit margins, but that's not the case. So when you look at it on the face value of these income statements, definitely understand that there are some loopholes to where they can kind of hide the overarching issues that is plaguing companies. Okay, so don't never take things at face value. That's why we always look at the price chart. That is the truth. That definitely tells you the overall sentiment of the market. So looking at it again, you can see that between 2017 and 2018, the total debt went from $63 million to over $200 million, while the total cash on hand went the other way, from $159 million to $89 million. So they are definitely spewing out a lot of cash. A lot of liquid assets is fleeing this particular company, which also is not a very good thing neither. Current assets of $219.7 million do trump current liabilities quite a bit, with the current liabilities standing at $75.1 million. So that's pretty good. That's also a pretty good thing to see for Aurora Cannabis. So where does it leave us? He asked us a question. ACB stock commanding $6.7 billion market cap is not cheap. So he's still expecting Aurora Cannabis trading right up here at $7.40 is still expensive at that price. Now, what he goes on to say in the next couple of sentences is that he's trying to see some outside companies that can possibly delve into the cannabis market without necessarily getting overly wet. Coca-Cola has said that it is out as a buyer or partner in the industry right now. But what about Pepsi Company? What about Boston Beer? What about Molson Coors? Just like Constellation Brands, these three companies can possibly come up with a partnership with another cannabis company to try to get their feet wet in this new arena, just like what Constellation Brands did with Canopy Growth. So for him, Brett is telling us in the last sentence right here that Canopy is the surest bet in the business, Canopy Growth, and that's why if I had to bet on one, it would be with them. So he's definitely not feeling good about Aurora Cannabis at this particular moment, looking at the fundamentals of the money in the company. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to look at the price charts, okay, to see if we're getting the same indications in Aurora Cannabis as to what he is trying to insinuate in this article. I will leave you all the link to this article just so you guys can read up on it if you're still interested in Aurora Cannabis, because he does go on into trading the stock, which we do not pay attention to because it just causes mass confusion. And he also mentioned some other things. So we'll go ahead and leave a link in the description of the video for you all if you guys want to read the article. So now let's take a look at the price chart to see if it correlates with what we just read. Okay, so obviously what has been occurring in Aurora Cannabis over the last month has been a very severe decrease in price. You guys can see that is around 31%, almost 32% drop in 1 month, or the range for Aurora Cannabis. We started the new month now. We are seeing some increase in price right now, very positive. The volume already, even though we're only 6 days into the month of November, is literally a lot higher than what we've seen during the months of March all the way through July of 2018. So there's a lot going on in this very small spread that we do see here on the monthly chart in Aurora Cannabis. And now we're going to go ahead and look at it on the weekly chart. And last week was definitely one of severe proportions to where market participants came in and held price above $6. I did a video recently and I said it could come down to $5 or even $4, and it's just shy of $5. So not bad as to what we were forecasting ACB to go. Now, what I am expecting to occur in ACB is some slight increase to the upside. You can tell already that $8 is resistance, and given what we have right now in the market for ACB, definitely shows us that we might not even break $8 in the near term. And what I'm doing now is looking at it on the daily price chart. We did see some over the last couple of days. We were able to catch a nice wave to higher prices, and again, $8 is going to be a very crucial area of resistance for ACB. We will need to see about the same amount of volume in order for us to break $8. I'm still seeing some strength in the market, but what concerned me now at the conclusion of today's trading day, we still close off of the highs. So there's still weakness coming in the market for ACB. Okay, taking a look at it on the 3-hour chart, you can see here again that we was not able to finish the day out in a strong fashion. So we still need to be on guard in Aurora Cannabis. We have literally changed our tone, so we're not overly weak as of now. We need to stay above $7 as we go throughout trading tomorrow, even into Thursday. Okay, if we stay above $7 in trading tomorrow and Thursday, then this particular stock is going to continue to move higher in price. $8 is my initial area that I'm seeing Aurora Cannabis trying to hold as resistance. Okay, this caused some concern with this high volume coming into the market and how the market closed today. So again, $8 in around that price. You probably have already touched it now with that $7.68 area as a high, to where we're going to start our continuation back down to lower prices. So I'm not overly confident that ACB is a buy. Okay, I'm kind of on the fence. It can move to the upside, but again, $8 is resistance. So I'm still kind of toeing the fence with the article that we just read, that ACB is not a buy as of right now. I will look at other cannabis stock companies in the market to actually see which of those are more valuable than Aurora Cannabis. So tell us your opinion, tell us your thoughts. We would like to know it. Give us a comment in the comment section of the video, and while you at it, go ahead and subscribe to this channel, because again, like I stated earlier, we are the only organization that are comparing articles with the price chart to make sure that we're being told the truth. Make sure y'all maintain your profitability, and go ahead and like and share the video as well. I will see you all later.